Good afternoon, everybody. I'm meteorologist Ben Derry here with your weather update. Thanks for checking out KARE 11 Plus. Big time cold headed our way this upcoming weekend. Now, this is cold that we would more normally see in mid-January during statistically the coldest time of the year. That being said, the fact that it's coming before we get to mid-December, it's going to be impactful. So it runs all Saturday through noon on Sunday. So basically from Saturday into Sunday morning, bitterly cold air temperatures. We're probably looking at 48 hours where the temperature might not get to zero. That's the air temperature. And you factor in a breezy wind on Saturday, we're looking at wind chill values in the 20s and even 30s below zero. If you're spending any extended time frame outdoors, you need to use some caution. Extra layers, cover the extremities, and be more mindful of young kids that might not be able to tell you that they can't feel their fingers or their toes. So just something to keep in mind. Outside today, temperatures kind of balmy. We're in the mid to upper teens today to near 20 degrees. That's about as warm as it's going to get at least through Monday of next week. So let's first talk about what has changed in your forecast. We've actually bumped up our chance at seeing snowfall late tonight into early Friday morning. Could be a little dicey on the roads early tomorrow morning. Just a quick dusting is expected for Friday's morning commute, but like what we've seen earlier this season, all it takes is just a poorly timed dusting of snow to really cause some issues on the road. So that's what we could be looking at as we head into early tomorrow morning. Dusting of snow, it's that really light powdery stuff that we're expecting. What's also changed is we've bumped up temperatures for next week, specifically Tuesday and Wednesday. Mid-30s could be in the forecast, so a couple of thawing days after this weekend's bitter Arctic blast. Here's a current look at radar. You can see some splotchy snow showers across parts of central and western Minnesota, but our main weather system, the kind that's impacting areas in far southwestern Minnesota, that is basically going to stay there. Look at this. We've got winter weather headlines from Montana through parts of the Dakotas, clipping southwestern Minnesota, and those winter weather advisories extend as far south as Virginia. So it's kind of a long system, but it's not very wide. You can see it's only about 50 to 100 miles wide. I've seen a couple inches of snowfall. Here in the Twin Cities and parts of northern Minnesota, the part of this system that'll be moving through that it's going to give us that dusting is actually this little piece of energy right here that's passing over the Canadian prairies, over southern Saskatchewan. That's what's going to move through the area late tonight, causing us that dusting of snowfall early tomorrow morning. So this is microcast. This is a futurecast radar type situation where we see where the snow is going to be later today and into tomorrow. Stays in southwest Minnesota today. Again, a couple of inches possible for areas mainly south and west of Marshall. Maybe a dusting for areas along the Minnesota River Valley, but that's areas further south and west. The rest of us just seeing occasional snow showers and flurries through the rest of the day. This is tomorrow morning. This is 5 o'clock. And notice it's kind of broad brush dusting of snow that works its way through the area. Not super great timing considering this is happening right before the morning commute. So any untreated surfaces, dusting of snow is expected. It's going to move through here fairly quickly. This is 9 o'clock and notice the snow is already done. And then behind that system comes the much colder temperatures. We'll likely see morning high temperatures on Friday back in the mid to upper teens before temperatures crash as we head into Friday afternoon. So temperatures right now, you can see a lot of teens outside and even single digits up north. The coldest air in North America is right here over the Yukon. You can see Watson Lake in the Yukon province, 52 below. That's not a wind chill. That is an actual air temperature. That is some serious Arctic cold. And that same air mass is going to work its way south through the Canadian prairies on Friday and right over the upper Midwest and the Great Lakes over this weekend. Now, we're not looking at air temperatures 50 below. This air will be modifying as it works its way further south and encounters a bit longer day length. However, easily air temperatures in the teens below zero by Sunday morning. Outside the Twin Cities metro, we could be looking at 20 below or colder for an air temperature on Sunday. As far as length of cold snaps, this is fairly short-lived. Again, about 48 hours of real cold before that cold moves off to the east. More mild Pacific air moves in for Monday and Tuesday, and temperatures will be quick to warm up as we head into next week. So these are high temperatures over the next 5 days. Teens today, single digits Saturday and Sunday, and then as we head into Monday, 25 and even 35 degrees by next Tuesday. But the main weather impacts this weekend, it's going to be bitterly cold. Even by January standards, this is going to be a pretty cold snap. that. Wind chill value all day Saturday into Sunday morning, 20 to 30 below. Again, we're going to say it again, cover exposed skin and dress in layers. And if you did have some outdoor plans like myself, I was going to do some ice fishing this weekend. I'm actually going to postpone that just because of the upcoming cold. Here's today's forecast. Mostly cloudy, flurries as we head into the afternoon, but minimal accumulation, and temperatures topping just shy of 20 degrees here, and you can see teens across northern Minnesota and the western part of the state. Let's head into your 7-day forecast, and you will see pretty much a roller coaster in temperatures. Temps crash through the afternoon on Friday after that those morning snow showers. We do stay dry this weekend, but that Arctic cold will be with us all Saturday and into Sunday. Look at Sunday's forecast low as we start off the day. 14 below for an air temperature, but thankfully the wind will be fairly light. We warm to about 5 above by the afternoon. Temperatures should more or less warm throughout the night. We peak Monday at 25 degrees, and then we thaw for at least a couple of days, maybe 2 or 3 days in a row, hitting above the freezing mark next Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. But throughout that 7-day and probably through the rest of next week as well, no major snowstorms in your forecast.